Hey Libra, welcome to Tourmaline Tarot. I didn't feel like cramming it in a short, so I'm just going to do a quick read for you for the week. Just wanted to be a little more relaxed and just see what comes out. Alright, 1, 2, and 3. Here we go. Alright, Lovers. Hanged Man. 7 of Swords. Okay. Like, everyone's like, 7 of Swords, cheating, despair, blah, blah, blah. There's something, remember, we're only talking about a week. Like, I don't think your whole life can fall apart in 1 week. But if we have the 7 of Swords, there's something that was deceptive or something that you did not get the 100% truth on. And with the Hanged Man, it's kind of like the wheels are turning where you're like, whoa, wait, what? And if this is a relationship, you know, because lovers can represent relationships, it's also a decision card of how you handle those relationships. So which way are you going to go? So if you've been at a crossroads, I feel like it's time to really kind of like get on your Sherlock Holmes hat and kind of put it all together. You know, let's clarify too. You've kind of been waiting. I almost get the feeling sometimes that like you just let people keep talking and you're like, no, go on. Go on. I'm sure this will be fun. Because this 8 of Pentacles keeps coming up too. It's like I said, you're working on putting it together. I don't necessarily get that this is actually doing like work. I feel like this is you being like this pentacle and this pentacle and this. It all kind of like adds up together. And the Hermit, you might decide like, you know what? I'm good. We're good. So 4 of Cups, you're not going to be disappointed. It's kind of like, you know, something's not adding up. So you have healing to do. You're actually figuring out what you want. And I feel like once you put the foot down, there's your 4 of Wands. So you go from 4 of Cups being dissatisfied to 4 of Wands being satisfied. So with this Hermit here, you find a way forward. Whatever kind of disappointment you butt up against or whatever, you're like, I can't believe they did that. And remember, I'm talking about a week, not like an entire month or whatever. So it's kind of like a shorter time frame. Yeah, and with the Lovers, you're trying to decide, you know, the Emperor taking more of control of the situation. So what are we finding out? Queen of Wands. Yeah, there's something, you know, there's action to be done. There's, you know, it might be news. You might actually kind of start communicating and things start coming together. Not in a negative way, because I always find the Pentacles to be more stable. They're just a little slow. So if you've kind of, you know, like that gif of a Beautiful Mind where all the numbers are flying around, like I feel like you're going to have a couple of those moments where you're like, oh, that's adding up. You know, and it's not like end of the world, but it does make you kind of redraw your boundaries a little bit where you're like, I'm not, that's a disappointment, that doesn't feel right. And on the other side of you doing that is the Star and the 4 of Wands. So I wouldn't be, not even afraid. I wouldn't hesitate. You know, it's like if you know that the good stuff's on the other side, why would you keep sitting there in something that's uncomfortable, you know? It's like wearing wet clothes, but knowing you have dry clothes, like right there. Like, why would you stay in wet clothes? Because it's uncomfortable. So we're going to do Gypsy Witch. 2, 3. Okay. So we have the Moon. There's some kind of recognition. There's some kind of like aha-y moment. And there's the kind of surprise action. But the Lion's able to defend himself as well. And like I said, it puts you at a crossroads. So you're like, no kidding. But yeah, it's like you have to decide what gets awarded your time and your energy. And there is a little bit of an undercurrent of like the sneaky with the mice there. And you put an end to that business. And what's a surprise? And you get another surprise on top of it. So I feel like, you know, your friends, loyalty, etc. What about it? I feel like there is this dawning. And I feel like, you know, you're finding out who's your ride or dies. Who are your, you know, bads and buys. And you're going to, like I said, block out any junk and move out of that energy, which is awesome. So, you know, it could be as simple as like, I'm not dealing with, you know, this friend because I know they've had a track record of being jerky pants, or, you know, you're cutting somebody out romantically because you were just dating cash and you're like, it's not it. You know, it can be as simple as that. It doesn't have to be like you're ending like Jagunda things. Now, Amazonite is what you got, which is communication, clarity, emotional balance, and courage. Hello. And isn't it so pretty? Like, I love Amazonite. So this one is a need to draw on your inner resources to overcome a communication obstacle. Draw on your courage to speak your truth. Yeah. So get out the Sharpies, Libra. We're drawing boundaries. All right. So that's what we have for you for the week. And I'll talk to you later.